All right, hello YouTube. For those of you that watch the channel closely, you know we're having problems. We're still having them, uh, and I'm debating on how to finish it. But right now, today, uh, I want to take some time to talk about instead of talking about how bad it is in this third world country that we're presently in. I want to talk about uh, the Tyson Paul fight tonight. I'm not going to get into the other fights, but there's going to be some great fights on that card. Uh, I want to give you a old man's deep perspective here, and we are Mike Tyson fans in this house. Joe, probably the vast majority of, well, not probably, definitely, concretely, the vast majority of the time, Joe here is in the peekaboo style. All the muscle building is that we do is for that style. Uh, uh, Everything we do is for that style. Although Joe has several different ways he fights, but we are huge Mike Tyson fans in here. The two guys that if we had could poster the walls all through the house, the two guys that would be all over the wall would be a great bare knuckle champion, Danny Christie, and would be Mike Tyson. Uh, my wife's cooking in the background, by the way. You can't get away from noise in this country. There's no possible scenario for that. So we're living as I'm doing this, so just bear with us. I want to get on to the fight, 2.5 minutes in here. This worries me, this fight. In a boxing dream world, here's what happens. I'm looking, I see Mike Tyson getting more quiet before the fight. Of course, we got all this huge age difference and all this. But in a perfect world, Mike Tyson's getting in killer mode right before the fight, getting more quiet, more quiet, more quiet. If you saw the weigh in where Mike slaps Paul, in a perfect world that was real, and there's no shenanigans going on. And Mike gets in there and Mike pummels this guy. There's going to be 8 2-minute rounds, as I understand it. I've heard a lot of people say 3-minute rounds, but it's not the information I've got. So, in a perfect world, Mike gets in there and pummels him for 2 minutes into submission. And that's the way it ends. We cannot allow the great sport of boxing to have any more diminishment. These guys today, this is why I always say we're old school. There's nothing in this present world about us except that we're in it. But we don't think like it. We don't train like it. We don't have the mentality for it. We have zero thought processes that would be normal to today around here. Boxing is suffering because we've had terrible promoters whom are so greedy that they, for the majority of the time, the past 25, 30 years, they haven't allowed the greats to fight the greats, and they've almost killed the sport off. We had something really, really good here with Tyson Fury and Wilder. We've had some bright spots, but the shenanigans is going to kill this sport. There's no more acting crazy before a weigh-in, going in front of the Supreme Annihilator, Sonny Liston, and acting like a crazy maniac, and that pulling you across the line. There's no more of that. It's been done. We cannot we like Ryan Garcia in this house. If Ryan Garcia stuck 100% to his job, gave his job 100%, instead of worrying about TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and the like, and the Cobra Bag Company and all of this, if he would put a 40-hour work week in, 53, how many weeks is in a year? 52? So 52 weeks. See, I'm been hitting the head one too many times myself. But you need to train daily, and you need to treat it like it's a full-time job. And you got to pull a lot of overtime to get the time and a half money out of it. It's a simple process, nothing complicated about it. And with this last fight, like with this mess with Ryan, then they get all of us arguing online. Well, was he taking PEDs? Was he not? This, that, and everybody mad at one another, everybody making excuses. And him acting like a complete lunatic before the fight. And we don't need that. Well, we don't need no more. Custy Amato, when he kept saying, we need showmen in boxing. This ain't what he was talking about at all. He was talking about the quiet Mike Tyson that would give quick one-liners back like, boy, is he in trouble for saying that. You're gonna get it. And things like that. It was serious. And nobody really, everybody's listening to Tyson Fury, but think about how dangerous do you actually think that man is? Usyk, the whole damn lot of heavyweights. We don't happen to have a heavyweight division inside the United States any longer. But who's real scary? They tell you every single fighter that just want to fight is the scariest man on the planet. Hence, there's no scary man on the planet. Because there are a bunch of mediocre guys that are pulled together and assembled, and the whole system's rotten. This is why people are gravitating to the BKFC. People have already gravitated to the MMA. Because these people are really fighting. They are fighting. I don't know how to fix none of it, but I know one thing. If Mike Tyson and Jake Paul go in there and have a little go-round like Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. had, give both fellas a belt, participation trophy, it's killing boxing, and it's no good. And although posters would be all over the house with Mike Tyson on them, some of them would be coming down. Boxing needs a hero. Boxing needs a villain. And you can pick the side you like. And we don't have that no more. We got whiners and complainers. Wilder, I broke my arm before the last 2 defeats I got. Then when he's pushed to bear, see, nobody's talking about this part. He said he broke his arm. He fought with a broken arm, Then when he was pushed to bear, they ought to throw your sorry ass in jail for fighting with a broken arm with all the bets and things like that that go on. And they were sanctioned. That he came out and said he didn't know it was broken, but he now knew it was broken. And always an excuse out of that guy. And it saddens me that he was the best U.S. fighter we had, and he sucked the whole time. He had a right hand. That's it. I got a 16-year-old kid 8 feet away from me right now that's got a right and a left. That's monumentally unbelievable to most, at least the light heavyweight division and the cruiserweight division, and he's just 16 years old. So we want to see boxing going. We work hard every day around here. We are living in a country we don't want to be in and we want out. We go through a lot of hell. These people are making us want to get back home and making us want to hunt down and get their kind kicked out of our country. It's just a lot of no good feelings going on here because people don't know how to act. They're ugly. But it is a good feeling when you're when you're 14 and the police come tell you as a 14-year-old kid, you can't hit anybody because your whole body is like a nuclear missile. It's classified as a deadly weapon. So, son, you best not hit nobody. Don't make no difference if they're 6 or 36. So that's what we got going on. That's the seriousness that's going on with my son, who works hours and hours, 6 and 7 days a week, to perfect his craft, whom is an excellent straight-A student, and perfects his craft there. Serious as full-fledged heart attacks, and that's what we want to see back in boxing. So, like I said, I'll surmise the ending here. In a perfect world, Mike Tyson goes in there and beats this kid up and knocks him slap out or knocks him into quitting in the first 2 minutes of the first round. And that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for something real here. And if Mike gets in there and he loses, or he plays this thing, and it's a play thing, it's going to hurt boxing tremendously. People are really going to be no more of this crap. And so there's a lot of risk with this fight, and I'll just leave it at that. I want to finish this by saying, you all know Christ is our King up in here, and we love the Lord. As imperfect as we are, He is our King. And we hope you come over to that camp too. And we want to ask you to please like, share, and subscribe to us. We are right now, we got the channel monetized, and we're trying to raise every available fund to get Joe back to the United States where he can start really showing the world his craft. And so we'd appreciate hitting the like button at least. And probably put a video up after the fighting tomorrow, and I'll see what happens. God bless my Christian brothers and sisters. We love you.